Uh, yeah, impact investing is an emerging sector, some call it an asset class, which is designed to provide enterprises that are seeking both a financial and a social return with capital. So JP Morgan did a recent analysis of the sector. They defined an impact investment as an impact investment that has a financial return that's greater than zero, or at least an expected financial return that's greater than zero, and some clear, measurable social return. And there have obviously been businesses like that for a long, long time. There have been investors who've sought to support them for a while. I mean, we work, for instance, with the Agacon Development Network that spent a lot of time supporting development-oriented investments. The Soros Economic Development Fund when I was at the Overseas Private Investment Corporation, they were a major investor in socially oriented investments. But now what you see is a real class of investors who are emerging, who are seeking this type of return and trying to institutionalize the way in which they get it. So you see, for instance, the Global Impact Investing Network. You see investment groups like Tonic. You see the big bulge bracket firms like JP Morgan and Deutsche Bank and Morgan Stanley setting up social investment units dedicated to this sector. So there's really a tremendous amount of energy here, and in the last few years, we've actually seen that energy translated into concrete, exciting investments. Well, there are four factors that are driving it. One of the major factors is the success of microfinance. So microfinance, which really has been several decades in the making, in the last 10 years has begun to attract a lot of private investment. And with the private investment flowing into microfinance, people are able to see that they can have an investment that both does a lot of good, but also does well, or at least well enough financially. Then you also have a number of so-called living donors. The old model of philanthropy is during your life you make a lot of money and then you die and you give it to a foundation and it distributes the money after that. Now you have a lot of people who've made a lot of money and then at mid-career leave their money-making side of their life and move into their philanthropic side of their life, but they want to take the same disciplines and rigorous approach that they took to their business and apply that to their philanthropic activities, and they see investment as a vehicle to make that happen. The third reason why impact investment actually is much more possible today is that many, many more countries in the developing world now have attractive investment climates. So for instance, in Africa, an area where we focus on a lot, if you were to go back 15 years, it would be tough to find many African countries that would be really attractive areas for investment. Now, my colleague at the Center for Global Development put together a book called Emerging Africa, where he talked about 17 African economies that were attractive for investment, and there are a whole number of other ones behind that. And the last thing is technology. You now have technologies, mobile applications, satellite type applications, the ability to deliver healthcare far away through mobile devices that allow you to really reach the bottom of the pyramid in a way that was very tough to imagine before the advent of these technologies. Well, first and foremost, you see a whole ecosystem for investment that's just emerging now. So you would see not just entrepreneurs, and there are many social entrepreneurs who want to take a for-profit approach to following social problems, but you'd see trade associations, and you would see intermediaries, you'd see broker-dealers and market makers, and you'd see investment classes that run the full spectrum of the investment products, so everything from fixed income all the way up to venture. And that would all be organized in a way that it really isn't now. So now you have a lot of people who enter at different points into this sector, but they don't necessarily collaborate with each other. And you don't necessarily have a kind of chain where enterprises get early stage money, venture money, move on to sort of expansion capital, and then move on to sort of more fixed income type product. It's all a little bit of a mishmash right now. It's been fantastic. I mean, obviously, it's a beautiful site. It's really nice to be able to come to some place where you can sort of just look around you and feel that the environment is really giving you a lot of inspiration, and there's a really wonderful set of people to explore these issues with, and the other point is we're really focused on trying to get something concrete done. So it's been a great experience so far.